Hi, this is Mike Brown, owner of Death Wish Coffee Company. Welcome to Fueled by Deathcast.
I love Jabba, sweet and hot. Whoop, Mr. Motorama coffee spot.
Death Wish Coffee presents Fueled by Deathcast, the world's strongest podcast. With your hosts, the incredible Jeff and the amazing D-Man.
Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of Fueled by Deathcast. It's exciting.
I'm so excited.
It's episode 57 for those of you out there who are, got your scorecards out and are marking it down.
Hey, Jeff, what do you think you're going to be like when you're 57?
When I'm 57?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have one aspiration as a older man in that range.
What's that?
For some reason, I always pictured myself playing bass in a jazz band.
Ooh.
I don't know. That's like the one thing I want that I've always wanted to do, but I just feel like has not been a right of my demographic until I'm like around 57.
I want to take up whittling. I want to whittle myself a pipe, and I want to take up smoking, and I want to smoke out of said pipe.
I like that.
That's what I want to do when I'm 57.
What are you putting in that pipe, Jeff?
Whatever I want. I'm 57 years old.
Opium!
Let's get this going. I am the incredible Jeff.
And I am Father Dustin. Oh, man, it doesn't sound as good as when you're saying, like, Father Zach
No,
or
it
Father
doesn't.
John. It just sounds creepy, right?
Father Dustin.
Call me Daddy.
Yikes.
No, don't do that.
No, the amazing D-Man. You can follow me on social media at Jeff Wish Coffee.
And you can find me at Deathwish Dustin.
It's that easy. Let's start off by saying share this episode. Like always, comment, share right in those comments, and you get a chance to win the brand new 2018 Valhalla Java mug.
And if you guys haven't seen this one yet, you really got to get your hands on one. The colors that came out on this glaze are unlike any other mug that I've seen us produce.
I know there's gold and blue and it's really cool.
And as far as this mug goes, I think each mug is more unique.
Oh, really?
Than any other mug set, because I've seen ones where the glaze comes all the way down to the bottom. I've seen all different shades end up popping out. Sometimes the glaze is a little bit higher.
I love it.
They did some really cool stuff with this mug. I love Deneen. Mwah.
There it is. Kiss for good luck. This isn't a numbered mug. This is our 2018 mug that'll be all year round, but you're going to win a very special one from this episode of the show. D-Man and myself will sign it for you. All you got to do, share the episode, comment, share in those comments. We'll pick a winner at the end.
Actually, it will be numbered. It'll be one of one. It'll be the only one that we sign.
One of one. That's true. We got to thank our good friend Brock Powell.
BrockFox.com.
That's it. He is the voice behind all the awesome voices on this show and 1,000 other voices out there in the world. Go over to BrockFox.com. Check him out. Check out his own podcast, Unpop Podcast.
And as always, thank you to Black Magic Design for making us look somewhat professional.
A little bit.
Yeah, you look a little
Yeah,
professional.
I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at all these little things. We got some new bells and whistles coming for this season, so I'm excited to start utilizing those. But we'll get to those later.
Secret code unlocked. Discount of death.
So this week in your little discount code area, the only word you have to type, actually it's two words smashed into one, it's called Black Hand. That's our discount code this week, and that will get you 15% off of all Death Wish coffee products, K-Cups, 1-pounders,
Ground.
50 count, ground, whole bean.
All of it. All
5
Death Wish
pounders,
coffee.
All Death Wish coffee. It is black, and we like black, and Beast of the Black Hand likes black because there's Rasputin and black magic, and it's just awesome.
So that's Black Hand, BLACKHAND. All one word in your discount code right there all week until Wednesday the 17th.
Wednesday, January 17th. Can you believe we're in 2018 already? It doesn't
Cannot
even
believe
seem
it.
real.
Cannot believe it. And that'll be 15% off all your Death Wish coffee products.
And tell them why it's Black Hand, Jeff.
I will. So this week, we got to talk to an incredible comic book artist and writer, Matthew Dow Smith. And he has worked on some incredible comics throughout his career, including The X-Files and Doctor Who. And we talk about working on those books. We talk about breaking into the business. And we also get another chance to talk about our favorite new graphic novel that's coming out this year called Beast of the Black Hand. If you've never heard us talk about this before, you can go on over to episode, I believe it's number 48 from last season, with our good friend Paul Harding, who's a sculptor, but also the guy who this idea was born in his brain.
Brainchild. I love that word. Brainchild.
Yeah, The Beast of the Black Hand. It's going to be an incredible story, and the graphic novel comes out this year. They're already working on volume 2 of it, and Matt Dow Smith is the artist. Our good friend Ron Mars, who wrote the Odin Force comic books as well, he is writing the book. It's going to be incredible.
I mean, they got an all-star team of killers on this, and it is a love project. It's a passion project.
Totally.
So I really think something magical is going to come of this project, and that's why I myself like to back things on Kickstarter like this, because I see potential in it. And if this takes off, it's just going to be amazing.
Yeah, and we're going to give you a little clip, a little teaser of our interview with Matthew Dow Smith right now, but be sure to tune in tomorrow for that full episode with Matthew Dow Smith. But here's a little sneak peek.
The Fueled by Death guest.
Because you are a double threat, because you have a writing background and an artistic background, when you work as an artist with a writer, or conversely, as a writer with an artist, do you find it that it's easier for you because you kind of speak both languages?
It can be. I mean, really, it depends on the writer. Ron and I have a really great shorthand, and there are certain things he just sort of leaves to me. Mm-hmm. And, he isn't afraid to just say, hey, if you can come up with a better solution for how this works, go for it. I don't care. And that certainly helps. And I've written with some writers who are very, very like, nope, just do what I say. I don't want to hear what your opinion is.
Woof.
Which is okay. I mean, I've worked with Alan Moore and James Robinson, who I think are two of the best writers to have sort of taken on comics. And they both have very specific visions of what they want on a page and how they want that action to play out.
Yeah.
And as an artist, you just go, okay.
Yeah.
You do what they tell you.
What did you work on with each of those guys?
Well, my very first project at DC was Starman number 11, which is insane because that was my favorite comic at the time, and I still think it's one of the best superhero comics ever made. I think you could re-release it now, and it would still work. So that was my first one, and Alan and I did a couple of issues of Supreme together at Rob Liefeld's awesome studios or press or whatever it was called.
Whatever it was called at the time. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and you get to say, I worked with Alan Moore.
Right.
Yeah, that must have been it. What was that like working with Alan Moore?
Science.
Okay, science time. I like to get it out of the way, so you're not scared going into it. We're not going to space.
Hey, dude, it's 2018. I like space now.
You like space. I forgot.
Just shoot me out into that airless, empty field of hell.
You're making yourself scared again.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, we're going to stay on Earth, and we're going to talk about another one of our favorite science topics, which is archaeology. And this was something that's actually been discovered a couple of years ago, but now is making headlines because of what we're discovering from the discovery, which is always fun. Ancient DNA is yielding basically the genetic code for a lost Native American ancestor. The remains of a baby girl were found in central Alaska, and 11,500 years ago, she died after only living for 6 weeks.
No.
So we found the 6-week-year-old baby girl.
Oh, baby girl.
Yep, bones. And what's incredible about it is her remains are providing a genome that is the oldest yet complete genetic profile of a New World human. Now, what we mean by a New World human is life as we know it, humanoid life,
Yeah, not a Neanderthal, not any of the, what are they, Antilopithecus, whatever those names are, yeah.
Started to migrate from Africa and Asia into what would then be North America over the land bridge that connected the top of Russia and Asia into Alaska, because you have to remember all of the continents were this one big Pangea at one point.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what we know, that's what happened, and we know that these people inevitably are the ancestors of what are Native Americans. But we don't know a lot about, the specific, because there are breakdowns of this genetic code, and we don't know a lot of the specifics of it. And this tiny 6-week-old skeleton from 11,500 years ago is shedding brand new light on all of it, and it's really, really interesting. This baby belonged to a group that is genetically separate from other groups of people we know of in the Pleistocene era, which is the era that began 2.6 million years ago and ended about 11,700 years ago, about 11,000 years ago. This is the era that contained the most recent ice age, the ice age that we always talk about. And this is a little breakdown of the family tree of humanoid type things that we know of. And this new group is been named Ancient Baringans. And that is by archaeologist who discovered the site in 2013, Ben Porter. And you can see them kind of right under ancestral Native Americans. There's this new little branch.
Yeah.
It's completely different than the other groups of people that we knew existed at the
So
time.
we're trying to find branches higher up on that
Correct.
ancestral Native Americans, and so far this is the furthest back we've been able to go.
Correct, because again, we can sequence a genome from the data that we have, but there's so much we don't know. Again, finding a skeleton like this and seeing a brand new genetic DNA makeup of it, we never knew to even look for it before. And that's what's so surprising about this. And again, this was a discovery from 2006 is when they found this actual site. In 2013 is when they found the bones. It takes years to sequence this kind of stuff, and to really, check your math and all that kind of stuff. And to give you a little bit more insight on this, I've got a little video here from the National Federation of Science that talks about the site, and actually the guy who found it, Ben Porter, actually talks a little bit about what it was like to find this.
A National Science Foundation-funded team of archaeologists from the University of Alaska Fairbanks has uncovered the remains of 2 Ice Age infants buried more than 11,000 years ago. The discovery represents the youngest human remains ever found in the North American Arctic. One infant died shortly after birth, and the other was probably a late-term newborn. The excavation took place in central Alaska with the cooperation of local and regional Native groups. The 2 infants were found in a pit directly below a hearth where remains of a cremated child were discovered earlier. Grave offerings included hafted projectile points and decorated antler foreshafts, part of hunting weapon systems.
In many foraging societies, you might not expect to see elaborate grave goods with very young infants. We might expect that with adults that have achieved status somehow. So this is interesting, and a new facet of Paleo-Indian behavior that we really never encountered before.
The team says this discovery offers valuable insights into parts of ancient human culture that are rarely preserved, including funeral and ritual behaviors and social organization.
Now, what's really interesting about that is like he was saying, it's not just that we found these bones where we did. It's that they were very young, and that's kind of unheard of. Like he was saying, like, you'd see a burial site for someone who has gained status in the community,
Right.
not a 6-week-old.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
this is the Upward River Sun Site, which is what it's called, and it has a very surprising location, and this is actually an artist representation of what the camp might have looked like. And because it was found in the dense forests of Alaska's Tanana River Valley, and it's buried under very acidic sand and silt. And that is the worst conditions in the world to find organic material.
Right,
especially from 11,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And yet we found it. And not only did we find...
Why?
I don't know.
That's crazy. Was it encased in something protective?
They are thinking that it's because of the clay and the silt, but it was just one of those lightning in a bottle situations.
I just got lucky.
Just got lucky.
Wow.
And they found the child's remains under a hearth pit, which would have been the central fire pit of this basically think of this is their house or their hut or whatever it would have been, and that would have been their central fire pit. And they found this child's remains buried underneath that, which means they probably did it after they left. But it was found under the cremated remains of a 3-year-old, and it was found along with another infant remains as well.
Oh, weird. So it was like the baby burying area.
Yeah, good one. Yes, the baby burying area.
That's my new death metal band, by the way.
Baby burying area. But researchers work sequencing the child's genome against 167 other ancient and contemporary genetic pairs, and that's what took so long. And the genetic analysis actually points towards a divergence of all ancient Native Americans from a single East Asian source population somewhere between 36,000 and 25,000 years ago, well before humans crossed into Beringa, why they're named ancient Beringians, and an area that includes the land bridge from Siberia to Alaska. And that was at the end of the last ice age. That means somewhere along the way, either in Eastern Asia or in Beringia itself, a group of people isolated from other East Asians for about 10,000 years, long enough to become a unique strain of humanity. And that's what's really interesting. And they're being able to not only take this 6-week-year-old and sequence it, but also the other infant they found and some of the remains of the cremated 3-year-old that they found. This is the actual site on the 2 places where they found the infants, which is pretty interesting. And then I believe, yes, these are the teeth from the cremated 3-year-old that they found, and they're being able to use all this for that DNA evidence. Potter goes on to say, knowing about the Beringians really informs us as to how complex the process of human migration and adaptation was. It prompts the scientist in all of us to ask better questions and to be in awe of our capacity as a species to come into such a harsh area and be very successful. And it really is, if you think about it, there are forests and abilities for for humanity to survive in these conditions, but they're very harsh conditions.
Yeah, it's crazy just to think that there was a big group of humans and a small piece of them broke off from that and separated from them.
Right.
Long enough to become a totally different species.
Genetically different, yeah.
That is so brain-breaking.
It is brain-breaking. And we don't know. That's the thing is
like
now
if there was no internet and like we were tribal again, and let's say, Jeff, you and I were like, fuck this, fuck everybody, let's get out of here.
Right.
We'll start our own tribe.
I'm in it.
And then 10,000 years later, we have our own genetic code.
Right.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. And that's cool because now we can start to work backwards and start to see where it fits in the giant scheme of things and hopefully start to find similarities with other, remains that we find. And
Do you think that'll help us find older remains, possibly?
For sure. And again, this was a very lucky site, but that is a question that comes up is that, where are, and this was something that I was even when I was researching this, where are we finding these remains? And 11,500 years old, like that's the oldest, youngest skeleton we've ever found. What's the oldest skeleton we found in this area? Speaking of ancestral Native Americans and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I found that answer.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were asking me because I don't
No,
know.
Actually, the oldest human skeleton found is over 13,000 years old, and it was found in an underwater cave in the Yucatan Peninsula down in Mexico. And I actually have a short little video from National Geographic that actually shows them as they were finding these bones, and I think that's pretty neat.
At the bottom of Hoyo Negro, which is a large collapsed chamber inside an underwater cave, lie the bones of a girl, 16-year-old girl, and a Gomphotherium. We have determined that that girl is one of the earliest human skeletons in the Americas. We've been able to determine using radiocarbon dating of tooth enamel and uranium thorium dating of calcium carbonate crystals that formed on the bone after the bone came to rest on the bottom of the cave, that Naya died between 12,000 and 13,000 years ago. Hoyo Negro is going to tell us about the human life, animal life, and plant life of Ice Age Central America. It's a time capsule that is absolutely unequaled.
As we were swimming around, all of a sudden we start finding bones. We go a little bit up and we look, and then there's this human skull. It's upside down, beautiful teeth kind of pointing up, and then you have the eye socket. I mean, we're always like, okay, this is the discovery of our lifetime. It's not gonna get any better than this.
Hoyo Negro at its bottom is over 60 meters in diameter. It's the size of an American football field. Along with the girl in the Gomphotherium in the bottom of Hoyo Negro are bones of 9 other species of animals, large animals. And included are saber-toothed cats, giant ground sloths, 2 species, including one that's new to science. There are cougars, cave bears, coyotes, bobcats, and other small animals.
This is a unique opportunity for Mexico with the experts and the group and the team that is working together to get this knowledge and to set the standards of what you can do with the right people, with the right tools, with the right authorities of the country.
We now have Naya's skull, and Naya has a complete skull. And from that complete skull, we are going to reconstruct her face. And so we're going to be looking on the face of the earliest American that we know of. And part of what's surprising is our earliest American is a teenage girl.
So I thought that was kind of neat too, because that's a different site, a different way of looking at it. But we know so little when it comes to really understanding our ancestry and exactly where we came from.
Yeah, it's so crazy. With all this technology and all these things that we think we know, we still don't know where we came from and why we're here.
Right.
We have no idea.
Yeah.
Not even the littlest of clues. We have some inklings of where it started towards, the later end of everything. But all we know is that there's a shit ton of stuff we don't know.
Right.
That's the only thing we've been able to find out is how much we don't know.
Yeah.
And the more we find out, the more we'll find out that we don't know.
Yeah.
It'll just keep on opening up to other enigmas and other questions of why are we actually here? Where do we actually come from?
Yeah.
It's insane. It's fun.
That's why I love talking about archaeology, because, it's
so important.
It's very important. I think it's as important as talking about stuff like the space exploration stuff, because, it's our ancestry, but it's this ongoing quest for knowledge that is completely under the radar. I mean, this only made headlines now because they came to these conclusions and published them.
You know what's really crazy is that both space and archaeology, Earth, we're trying to find the same answer. Essentially, I wonder which area we will find out we actually came from.
Right, space or Earth. Yeah,
where did it start? Did it actually start here on this planet, or did it come from somewhere else?
I broke Dustin.
Was there little microorganisms that were on a meteor,
That's the thought.
3 billion years ago.
That's the thought.
That just crashed into the Earth and just started from that bacterium, and then just grow into ecosystems that are humans now.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah, it is kind of insane. That's why it's a lot of fun to think about,
Yeah.
I feel.
Well, we inevitably came back to space.
Yeah, we did. We did. We like space.
I like space.
You like space now.
Yeah. 2018. New Dustin.
What fuels you?
Okay, so this week we got to talk with Matthew Dow Smith, comic book artist and writer, on a myriad of different projects, including the brand new Beast of the Black Hand.
Can't wait.
And
can't say enough good things about that.
Yeah, and he brought up an interesting point when we were talking, and we asked him what fuels him, actually. One thing that we talked a lot about on this show is to do what you love.
Yeah.
And that can be a tough, road to get there. First, you have to figure out what you like to do.
Yeah.
And then,
which is tough sometimes.
And then you got to find the time to do it, because a lot of times what you like to do isn't going to pay the bills.
Right.
We've been musicians for years and we don't make money.
Does not pay the bills.
We don't make money on it, but we love to do it. So that's why we do it.
Good thing we love coffee too.
Right, exactly. But Matt talks about how he takes a job and he takes a job and he asks himself, why is he taking this job? In the same thing, in the same instance, like he loves to write, he loves to draw. Why does he love to draw? Why does he love to write? So he'll take a job that'll push him to challenge himself. And that's where he kind of draws his what fuels you from is that, you know, the answer to his question is trying to figure out the deeper meaning as to doing the thing he loves.
Right.
And I think that's something that is healthy for everybody to do. It's not just, oh, I'm doing this because I love it. Well, why do you love it?
I love the idea of that he was posed the question, why do you do this thing? Well, I do it because I have to. You know, and I've felt that many, many times, especially with music. Why do you play music? Well, because I have to.
I have to get it out.
And then why do you have to?
Right. And that's
like,
not an easy answer.
It's not. You know, when I really think about why do I have to play music? Well, if I didn't, what would I be doing? So it's a good habit, you know, but like to really dig into like, why do I have to do it? Because I have a deep desire. Where is that desire coming from? And it's a desire to create in that fashion. And I don't know, you really can dig into this and really find out why you truly love the thing that you do. And that is important to keep on track.
Yeah.
You know, to keep on digging at this thing, to keep on gaining motivation, you have to find out why you're even motivated.
Yeah. And I go back to an earlier episode, actually, where we first started talking about this when we had photographer Rob Fenn on.
Right.
And I think about it even in the sense of someone like Rob, where he wanted to start being a photographer, but really didn't know how to break into it and really didn't know what to do to become it, but he knew he liked taking pictures and he wanted to do that. So he jumped into it. And I feel like even in like a hobby track like that, which now is his career.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in a hobby track like that, like he probably approached it in the same boat where he would take a picture and be like, I love doing this. Well, why do I love doing this? Oh, well, I get that awesome shot of that rock star, or that awesome shot of that sunset or whatever, and it looks great. And then you think to yourself, well, why does it look great? Oh, well, it's because I learned to, you know, screw with the shutter speed.
Or I captured a moment that you normally wouldn't be able to stare at unless you took that photo.
Right. And then you're like, okay, so I did it because of these things. Well, how do I continue to do that to make myself feel good because I love it and to continue to love it?
Discovering why you love a thing might improve upon your art because you know what to look for.
Right. And that's and it was something that, like, it was one of those aha moments when Matthew was talking about it, because it's a question that's so simple, but I don't know if I've ever actually sat down and thought about it or asked myself that. And then when you do, like you said, you know, it's like, oh, you love playing music. It's like, I love playing the violin. It's like, okay, why do you play the violin? Because I love to do it and I want to do it. Well, why? I don't know. I have to think about it.
Because I picked it up one day and it felt good. Well, why did it feel good?
Yeah, and so I have to actually start thinking on those lines.
The noises are pleasing.
Yeah.
Well, what noises are pleasing?
Right.
Make more of those noises.
Yeah, how can you make more pleasing noises?
And then you can find out how
can we make pleasing noises together, D-Man?
Show's over. 2018's getting weird. We're just getting all Christmassy up in here.
Hey, we're leaving to start our own tribe. We're gonna make pleasing noises together. I mean, I like where this show's going. I think it's going really good.
Woo! It's getting warm in here.
No, but you were saying that like the ability to do that is important to because of what you learn.
Yeah.
Is what you were saying.
Yeah, and I think essentially if you find the main root of why you love doing something and you're able to recreate that over and over again, I think it's more likely that you'll find success in the thing that you love doing.
Yeah. No, I think that's a really good way to look at it.
Community shout out.
Okay, so community shout out this week.
Matt Winter!
There he is. Wait, there he is. He is on Instagram at 331welds because he loves coffee and welding. In fact, on his welding helmet, he has a Death Wish sticker prominently
right over the
displayed.
face, so he can't see a thing he's doing.
Prominently displayed.
He must have a death wish.
And you're seeing a little bit of him right here, actually doing his thing, which is really cool. And I really enjoyed going through his feed. Actually, after I found him posting about Death Wish, I was mesmerized by all of it because I know nothing about welding.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. I know you put a visor down and you make sparks with this thing.
I've soldered a couple things.
Yeah,
before,
I've soldered too, but that's not. I know that's not
same.
welding. And I was just fascinated by it. And one of the things I was really fascinated about is this next video I'm going to show you really quick that's on his Instagram feed. And this is what he said. This is the comment that he says. This is a sub-arc on a butt, no bevel, easily acquires deep penetration with a 5 and 32-inch wire. The slag says it all. Who doesn't love penetration? Which made me chuckle to begin with. But this is mesmerizing. Check this out. So for any of you welders out there, please, in the comments, let us know what the hell is going on.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on, but I could watch that forever.
Yeah,
that's just
that's really
mesmerizing.
Cool. Yeah.
So Mugs Up this week, community shout out, Matt Winter, master welder over there.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
That's pretty rad. So I was away this weekend. My cousin got married. Congratulations to Neil and Caitlin, by the way. But I missed a special guest who came by.
Well, screw your cousins, because I had an awesome time hanging out with Mr. Wild himself.
And there he is. There's a photo of him, actually. We just did that awesome charity with the signed mugs that you got in the box.
And we can't thank you guys enough for supporting us through that. It was
sold them out.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. So there's Zach donating the $20,000 to St. Jude's Children's Hospital right there. That was a lot of fun. We did that right in the warehouse.
I gotta tell you, they came in with that check blank. Oh, it took everything in my power not to snatch that up and run away with it. A giant blank check.
It's so awesome.
I can do anything I want now.
So I'm dying to know. Let me, how was it hanging out with Zach?
Well, he ate 20 eggs.
20? Is that a lie?
No.
He ate 20 eggs.
He ate 20 eggs.
Wow.
So that
Before playing a show.
That was part of the thing. He's like, hey, if I'm going to come by, I'm going to need to eat some eggs. So John cooked him up some eggs while he was here.
Our own
is
John
amazing.
Swedish.
Yeah. So it was great having him here, by the way.
Yeah.
And it was really just pretty informal, just literally just chilling out with Zach Wild and his right-hand man there, Phil. Shout out to Phil. I love Phil.
Nice.
Me and Phil are homies. But we also shot a fun little commercial, which you'll see yours truly being a part of.
Oh, awesome.
I officially welcome Zach Wild to the Death Wish Coffee family. So
awesome.
That's a lot of fun, and that'll be coming out soon.
If we get that cut, I'll put that right here.
Yeah.
Hey there, fellas.
Hey. Hi, Zach. Nice to meet you.
Great
Mr.
to
Wild.
meet you guys.
Mr. Nice to meet you. So, why do you want to work for Death Wish?
Why? Because I think Death Wish, Valhalla Java, and Odin Force Blend is the best coffee in the world!
Really? So, if a customer were to call and say Death Wish Coffee and Valhalla were not the greatest in the world, what would you say to them?
What would I say?
Yeah.
Hire this man!
Zach Wild, welcome to the Death Wish Coffee family.
Thank you!
He also did a little fun Valhalla Java commercial for the Nespresso pods because he loves those Nespresso pods. And apparently
I do too.
We hooked him up with cases of it because his crew just sucks down espresso pods like crazy.
Awesome.
Which is great. I mean, it's what I'm drinking right now. It's
Right.
the most convenient jolt of
It really is.
heart attack there is. It's awesome.
It really is.
It's awesome. So, yeah, he was just chilling out for a while. We got the check. We had the St. Jude's people come by. We had a few visitors. John's family came down, and
That's awesome.
all of his kids and his wife got to meet Zach, which
That's
was
awesome.
fun. And then we went down to the show afterwards.
Black Label Society played right around the corner.
Which I've never seen them play. They are awesome. If you have a chance to see them in your hometown, do so. They are not only extremely talented, but they put on an amazing performance. And
Yeah.
Lights and sound, it's just rock and roll. I love it. Just so loud.
That's
it was so
awesome.
cool.
I think I got a little clip that I can play for you guys too of that.
Yeah, and all in all, an other amazing visit by Mr. Wild himself, and I can't wait for the next one.
Did you get to like stand on the side of the stage while they were playing?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Shout out to Telena, who always helps us out when we're there, and
We love you, Telena.
We really do deeply, and it's just so cool to not only be there for that show, but being a part of this company. I'm so grateful that we get to have so many good views of so many good rock and roll shows.
Yeah.
I love that Death Wish and rock and roll go together like spaghetti and meatballs, because I am just a goat in a corn bin.
Yeah.
I am just so happy to be there.
There's a lot of metaphors right there.
Oh, man. I guess I make metaphors when I'm stoked.
Spaghetti and
'cause-
meatballs and goats
Goat
and
in a
corn bin. And goodness.
Yeah, so all in all, just an amazing time. I gotta say, seeing Zach again, he is just the kindest individual.
Yeah.
Being Zach Wild, you don't have to be nice or kind, and he's both. If I were him in his shoes, I probably wouldn't be as awesomely nice as he is, and it's breathtaking. It's just so cool to hang out with him and be a part of his crew. And I'm so glad we worked so hard to make his coffee and sell his coffee and bring it to all you people and have it for you to enjoy. And it's just such a great time.
Well, the last time he came to HQ was right before actually this podcast started. So I missed him then, and this time he comes to HQ, and I unfortunately had to miss him again, but I had a great time with my family, and so
No, you didn't. No,
I
you
did.
You didn't have a good time like I had a good
No,
time.
okay, all right. My mom's a rock star. But I'm hoping that my paths cross with Zach at some point.
I
I'll
got
get
to
to meet him in
present
person.
his Fueled by Deathcast mug.
Excellent.
Which he was totally stoked on, and he was like, "Oh yeah, totally drink out of that. That's
Awesome.
great."
Maybe we'll see that crop up in one of his funny Instagram videos. Yeah.
I love the sounds he makes.
Oh,
it's
it's
great.
so good. So, we got a few birthday shout-outs this week, as always. On Friday, January 12th, Rob Zombie is going to be 53. And in fact, not to bring him up again, but this photo was taken by none other than Rob Fenn. And love Rob Zombie. Loved him forever. One of my favorite albums right here.
Yeah, so good. And
So
also
good.
shout out to Blasco.
Shout
who
out
was-
to Blasco.
who's on that record.
He is the bassist on that record. I wear this record out. I really do. When we got to see Zombie perform in Chicago 2 years ago, God,
That was amazing.
Such a good show.
Also got to see them perform here at the Palace.
Oh,
Theater,
right, yeah.
Which was even better because I love the Palace because it's just beautiful seating everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's funny seeing a 15-foot tall robot prance around the Palace Theater
Yeah.
stage, which is just hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. On Saturday, January 13th, the very funny Julia Louis-Dreyfus is going to be 54 years old. I don't know if any Seinfeld fans out there or
medium
Veep.
funny, just saying.
Do you watch Veep? No, I do enjoy Veep. I have a fun photo of her. This was her 2014 Rolling Stone cover, actually, when Veep was becoming a big hit on HBO. Two huge birthdays. Sunday, January 14th. First up, Mr. Dave Grohl is going to be 49 years old.
Why is he flipping us off?
Because he's hilarious. In fact, this is an opportune time. I can never, ever get enough of this frickin' video, and I'm going to play it for you again because I love it so much, and it's right on point. If you've never seen Dave Grohl, and his love of coffee. Here you go.
Fresh pots!
I mean, here's a man that probably has 5 fresh pots a day.
Come on. Justin, fresh pot!
He's got an insatiable thirst for coffee. I mean, if I drank that much coffee, I would cry decaf.
Yeah! Drum sounds great. Did you hear that drum roll?
No.
Celebrate me! Fresh pots! Fresh pot! Fresh pots!
Hey Dave, you want some coffee?
Yeah, you can make it fresh pot. Justin, fresh pot.
Well, I was going.
I don't have a fucking coffee problem. You know my problem is there's not a fresh fucking pot.
Gotta love that video.
I love it. Never gets old.
If you've never seen that video, that was during the recording of Them Crooked Vultures, which is one of the coolest supergroups out there. It is Dave Grohl on drums, Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age on guitar, and John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin on bass. And that was during their recording sessions. And God, love Dave Grohl. This is actually a picture of him on set of Smells Like Teen Spirit back in the old Nirvana days.
A cute little baby.
Yeah, when he was a young whippersnapper as a drummer there. But happy birthday to him. But again, if Sunday, January 14th wasn't good enough to have a birthday for Dave Grohl, it's also Zach fucking Wild's birthday. We love Zach Wild. He's going to be 51 years old. And if you do not, I've said this a million times, if you do not follow Zach Wild on social media, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So cool, so funny. And here is that famous picture of him and Ozzy when before the beard, before all the crazy muscles. He's just a little, I think he might even be like 19 or 20 in that photo.
That's insane.
Yeah.
He must have had the time of his life.
Oh, yeah.
As a kid and
playing with Ozzy. We talk. If you want to hear more about that, listen to when Zach Wild was on this very show, because we actually do talk about that. On Tuesday, January 16th, one of my favorites, John Carpenter is going to be 70 years old.
God, he's
Director, producer, writer, composer, because not only is one of the coolest movies he made, Halloween, the one that he directed, but he also wrote the iconic theme music to that as well, and that's him on set right there with Mike Myers. Finally, Wednesday, January 17th, Betty White is going to be 96 years young. So funny. Golden Girls fame. She's on a new show now, which the name escapes me, unfortunately. But every time she shows up, she puts a smile on her face. She's so funny and hilarious. And a lot of people don't remember that, of course, yes, she's 96 years old, but she's been in show business for a very, very long time. And she has always been adorable. This is a photo of her, I believe, in her 20s. Like, very, very, very pretty woman. So a happy birthday to all of them this week.
I smell a roast.
I not only smell a roast,
I
smell cookies.
Yes.
And not good ones either. Not like chocolate chip. Stick with chocolate chip. Don't get crazy on me. Unless you're doing that white chocolate macadamia nut shit. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I'm down with that.
That is awesome. No, this week I want to roast a cookie near and dear to my heart, but seems to be going off the rails, and that is Oreos. I love Oreos. I think pretty much everybody loves Oreos. You don't like Oreos? Really?
Not really.
Wow, I did not know this, people. Please explain. Why don't you like Oreos?
They don't taste like food to me.
Oh my gosh. You can send your hate mail to Dustin@deathwishcoffee.com.
I'm sorry, if I'm going to eat a shitty sugary cookie, have it be a warm, homemade chocolate chip.
I mean, I love warm homemade chocolate chips, but I love to just crush an entire sleeve, one row of Oreos. I just love doing that.
No, maybe when you were 20, but don't do that anymore, Jeff. Your body says, please stop.
Well, they are coming out with a ton of new variations. Now, some of these have been around for a while, but some of these are just crazy town, I think. So the ones that you've heard of forever, double stuff. I mean, if you love Oreos, why wouldn't you love a double stuff? Because it's double the Oreo.
Gross.
I'm gonna love.
It's gross.
So glad I brought.
What is
I
that
got
white
this.
shit? What is it? Is it milk? Is it cream? Is it? It's neither, by the way.
Well, another couple that have been around for a little bit.
They call it stuff.
Yeah.
They don't even say what's inside. They say it's stuff, and you can get twice as much stuff in this one.
Couple other variations that have been around for a while that aren't as crazy are
It's bleach.
peanut butter, and also cool mint or just mint, depending.
By the way, I'm dying to replace the insides of that with toothpaste.
With toothpaste, yeah, we saw that on the internet. Yeah,
to somebody, I really want to do that.
But these have gotten really, really weird in the last few years, and I'm gonna go down a list of some of the most weirdest ones. And I told Dustin not to look at this list because I want his actual reaction of some of these. Now that I know that you hate Oreos,
This makes it even better.
Even better. So we're gonna start with this one: birthday cake Oreos. Right?
I hate birthday cake flavored things, even ice cream.
This one is a little bit worse. Candy corn Oreos. Take a candy that already tastes terrible and then make an Oreo out of it.
Oh no, at least they don't have to change the ingredients of candy corn. It's also not food.
Right? How about berry ice cream Oreos? Now, this isn't real ice cream. It's still that stuff. It just tastes like berry ice cream stuff.
Does it have seeds in it?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never tried any of these.
Full of seeds that get stuck
If any
between
of you
your
guys
teeth.
have tried these, please let us know. How about banana split? Yeah? Do you like even a banana split, like just as a banana split?
I'm not a big ice cream person.
Okay, so no banana split for you. How about a favorite caramel apple Oreo? Ooh, that made him cringe. Here's another one.
Chewy, like you get a cookie and then you just get like
caramel
that gets stuck between your teeth.
Oh God! How about this one? Also a little bit of an ice cream root beer float.
Ew, does it fizz?
I don't know.
Fizz when you eat it?
I don't know. Here's a seasonal one, candy cane Oreo.
It's just Cool Mint with colors.
It's just toothpaste. It's Colgate with in an Oreo.
Hey, this one actually says cream.
Oh yeah,
with crunchy sprinkles.
Oh God. And then some of the most weirdest ones, watermelon. Yeah, why? And then on that same token, fruit punch. Because everything in America has to go to this flavor, the pumpkin spice Oreo. And then finally, I just can't wrap my brain around this one, Swedish fish. I don't know.
How red it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope that's as chewy as a Swedish fish on the inside too.
I mean, why do we do this? I'm not really sure.
I think they're taking a page off of Lay's potato chips handbook because they did all those like choose your flavor or you pick the flavor and everybody was like sriracha.
Yeah, maybe
gravy and biscuits.
I mean,
they should make a gravy and biscuits Oreos. Can we make up gross Oreo flavors?
Yeah, we sure can. I understand why other countries might change up the game a little bit to tailor to their market. Like I found, and I don't think I have a picture behind us, but I can put a picture up. I found one that in China they make a green tea ice cream Oreo. That's got like the green tea cream. Actually, that sounds good, right?
I like green
but
tea
I understand that they're marketing to their demographic.
Yeah.
You know, and I get that. But what demographic is this? I did a little digging and I found out that like basically Oreos, the company feel that they can't sell their initial product anymore, and they have to entice. Obviously, you know, the older generation likes the old school Oreo, but they have to entice the
Make
kid.
everybody hate all the other gross Oreos, so you come back to the normal Oreos and they don't have to make them anymore.
The scientific thing is that a child's palate actually enhances a sugar flavor. That's why, as an adult, when you eat candy that you loved as a kid, you don't like it as much anymore because your palate's different. When you're a kid, sugar is that sugary sweetness is actually enhanced, and that's why it's so good. You got to get so much of it. And as an adult, your palate's more refined, so it's not like that anymore. And so that's why they're kind of marketing this. But a lot of companies are doing this. Like, you guys have probably seen Burger King come out with the Mac and Cheetos bites. And like Taco Bell, doing their nacho cheese dust tacos, or the tacos that are made out of chicken. It's not even a corn taco anymore. It's just a chicken that they stuff shit in, and then you eat it. And then
so weird.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It just seems gimmicky to me. They're just
that's why I wanted to roast
and
this.
We're giving them attention, which I feel is pretty horrible, because that's essentially the reaction that everybody's going to have, and they're going to be like, did you see that new Oreo flavor? Fucking candy corn. And then all of a sudden everybody's talking about Oreos again. Everybody pay attention to Oreos. They're doing something stupid. They took a page right off of what Taco Bell's doing. It's
what I was thinking about with the roast of this week wasn't just because they're going off the rails and making all these weird flavors, which a lot of them are, again,
by the way,
sweet as
I got
fish.
a new flavor. A steak filling cream with a potato flavored cookie on the outside.
My stomach just hurt. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that one hurt. But the other side of it is, and actually this is a question for you, D-Man. Logistically speaking, Oreo is Nabisco, so obviously they're not doing horrible, but everything affects sales. Yeah. If you come out we here at Death Wish Coffee are not going to come out with Swedish fish, flavored Death Wish coffee.
But see, here's the thing. We could, and it's really easy. Essentially, the inside product is the same.
Okay.
It's that stuff.
The stuff.
And then all they have to do, as you see on every package, it says artificial flavors. And all they do is add coloring and artificial
So you think their costs are super low?
Super low.
And they can just pump out whatever they want.
And the cookies, it's 2 variations. It's chocolate or vanilla.
Right.
So and they already have that in stock, and they're already working with that. And all they have to do is pick up a few artificial flavors and a few different colors, and they're good to go. So logistically, super easy to handle. And it probably pads their sales then, because obviously Oreos are still a very high-selling cookie.
Right.
You might not like them, but I know, they fly off the shelves in supermarkets. Yeah. So people are buying the normal Oreos and then probably picking up, caramel apple for their 5-year-old who loves caramel apple or whatever. But ugh. Taste tacos.
Let us know.
Ooh, taco cookie.
Oh.
You could go with a ground beef cream inside with a nacho corn cookie outside.
I think I'm done talking about this. Oh, God.
All right, let's talk about our company.
All right, cool.
D-Man's Death Wish Update. Brought to you by Death Wish Coffee.
Okay, D-Man. Well, we talked about something last week that I kind of said we were going to give more information on.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the Valentine's Day mug.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen the blog, go on over to our blog, and Alyssa wrote up a nice little blog, but we revealed what we talked about. We are coming out with a set. There it is. For real. And I'm really excited about these.
Yeah, so we're going to do 2 different color setups on these.
Yep.
Blood of my blood, bone of my bone.
That is the glaze. We are doing 2 new glazes. We're not going to reveal the color, and we're just showing you some unglazed ones right here so you can see the medallion really nice. The glaze that we're putting on the mugs, each mug is going to have a specific glaze, and we're really excited about them. Again, not showing it to you, but I can tell you one of them is called Blood of My Blood, and the other one is called Bone of My Bone. And I think that I can't wait to see these in person.
Yeah,
and they're right around the corner. That's why we're telling you about them now. I mean, this is the second week of January. Valentine's Day is the second week of February. We're a month out, people.
I'll give you a hint.
Dun, dun, dun.
We'll be doing a golden ticket
very soon
for this mug very, very
soon. And you guys know that already.
But
we always put
I
out the
will
golden
say-
ticket way before the actual mug
I
release.
will say we are doing a special twist with this golden ticket and other golden tickets from here on out. We keep on adding more things.
Ooh.
So, as usual, you'll get your variant color, which is awesome.
Yes.
But we might be doing something with a freebie that day as well.
Ooh.
That
so
has something to
do with the mugs?
With the mug. And it
Cool.
might rhyme with something like scratch.
This guy over here just giving away all the secrets. But we're excited. We're like, again, the golden ticket's coming, and that means that the mugs are right around the corner. That golden ticket will be a specific day that any order you make, you might be one of the lucky winners to get that golden ticket. And we just started doing variant colors, so that'll be a completely different color mug out of the same run of this run. And again, I just got to say, speaking of mug releases, get on that subscription platform. If you guys want to be subscribers to our coffee, that gives you a day early chance to get the mug. Always. Okay, not always. Sometimes it's a rare occasion that we don't release a mug on a newsletter day. But more often than not, mugs are released on the newsletter day on a Thursday. So if you're a subscriber, you get an email on that Wednesday.
One thing you won't see that for is for the 2018 mug.
Oh, right. Exactly. No, the 2018 mugs, those are all year round. We just want to let you guys know about them and that we have them in stock and you can buy them.
Speaking of which,
we
have a 2018 mug that you've all been waiting for.
The
patiently.
hammer.
And it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's like right around the corner.
Yeah.
Saturday.
I
said
was
it.
going to say that we shouldn't say it.
It's Saturday.
Oh, my God. But, yeah, it's coming, and that means that once that comes out, we'll have them all year round.
Hey, don't tell anybody I told you, but it's Saturday.
Oh, my God. He keeps saying it. We're really excited for that mug, too. It's a brand new design. Nobody out there has that design except for us right now. I'm sure after we come out with it, everybody's going to want the
Yeah, I
hammer.
was talking to John, and he was saying, well, we talked with Deneen, and, of course, we've released so many Deneen mugs that, they only have so many styles. And we were like, hey, Mr. Niles Deneen.
Yeah.
We would appreciate it if you went into your vault of different style of mugs and show us what you got.
Yeah.
And he pulled out that hammer, and we were like, that one, I want that one. And we have a couple other tricks up our sleeves this year, so you'll be seeing some new designs, but it'll start with that 2018 mug. And I can't wait to get one myself. I don't even have one yet. So,
yeah, I don't either. Something else coming up on the horizon. Actually, D-Man, you just sent me the photo of this today, and I've got it for you guys.
I'm going to get in all sorts of trouble
Yeah.
today. I love it.
There it is. We're coming out. Again, you know that we like to do these things every year, and we're coming out with a brand new bandana.
I love the bandanas.
Me
They're
too.
They're always killer. I'm a bandana guy.
Yeah.
Whether it's, it's always good to have one around to, like, if your hands are dirty, if you're a badass mechanic,
Yeah.
or wrap around your face. If
Put
you're
on your
a
dog.
Revolutionary,
Yeah.
you can put it on your dog.
Yeah.
You can wear it on your nappy head.
Yeah.
Anything you want.
Yeah, and this one, again, designed by the incredible Thomas Dragonetti, and we are stoked about it. That's right around the corner. We don't actually have a date when that'll be out, but you'll know as soon as we know, and you'll be able to get a brand new 2018 Death Wish bandana.
And speaking of headwear,
yeah,
we have a brand new era hat design coming out this year in 2018. And that's all I'll say.
Yeah, so basically what happens is we partner with New Era because we love their products. And last year we came out with the black New Era hat with our normal logo on it, and this one, which is our industrial logo, the gray with the industrial logo. And we decided that moving forward, what we want to do is we want to keep that black one because that is the iconic Death Wish Coffee New Era hat. Everybody should have that hat. But every year, let's do something special.
Yep.
So this one's done. This was last year's model. And this year, we're coming out with a brand new second design that's going to be right there with that black.
And I've seen it, and it's very cool.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's a good color scheme. I think y'all very much love this one.
Yeah, so that...
I mean, Thomas never disappoints.
Never disappoints. So that's right around the corner, too. Honestly, D-Man, I think you gave away too much stuff this time.
I did too.
I think you gave away too much stuff this time.
Don't tell anybody I told you. Keep it a secret, internet.
That's our show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. One last time, share this feed, comment shared in the comments, and we're going to pick a winner to get this mug signed by D-Man and myself. It's the 2018 Valhalla Java mug. And tune in tomorrow for our awesome interview with Matthew Dow-Smith, the artist of The Beast of the Black Hand. Don't forget, Black Hand is the code this week, 15% off of all Death Wish coffee products.
Also, don't forget, share this episode. I know we said it a bunch. Share this episode, win this awesome mug. We will sign it and love it until it leaves this warehouse and into your warm, grasping hands.
And we will definitely see you guys next week with another awesome show. Thanks again, guys. Bye. Bye.
This has been Fueled by Deathcast, a Death Wish Coffee Company podcast production. Thanks for listening.